Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, look who is making her debut on Mix at 3.
I know, this is exciting. Hopefully Cliff doesn't get upset that I'm sitting in his chair.
Oh no, I'm sure he won't. But welcome.
I know, it's so cool to be sitting over here compared to over there.
Yeah, so good to have you on the show.
It's nice to be here, yeah. You know I love filling in with you too, it's fun.
I do too, I always have fun when I have you on the show on Morning Mix and now Mix at 3. So good to have you here with us today. Cliff is a little under the weather. If you saw, we talked on Morning Mix. So I'm glad we have Zaina to be here with us the next day.
Yes, and Cliff, feel better. We are thinking about you, but I will keep your seat warm so when you come back, it'll be cozy for you, okay?
Yeah. Hope you get better soon, because we need you here.
We do, we do.
You know that we are pulling double duties these days.
But he's still doing a lot for us at home, so we do appreciate him. But as we like to say, though, is it fair to say that this is a busy show? A lot of good information we have planned for everyone at home. Yeah,
it is we used to call it a Workout Wednesday, but today Cliff and I headed to a different place, so we're not in the gym, but we're still talking about health and wellness.
Good.
So we went to the ER. So stand by for that. Yeah.
Okay, so good information.
Good information.
A place that we don't want anyone to go to, but if you have to, it is there. And of course, they're equipped with amazing doctors and nurses. So good that you guys are talking to a doctor about that. You took a break from working out this week is what you're saying.
Yes, yeah.
But in reality, you work out every morning. So was it really a break?
Exactly, it wasn't, right?
I don't know about Cliff. He walks the dogs in the morning, so you both get some exercise, which is great.
And speaking of dogs, we are also going to talk about our pets on the show today. So
I'm excited about that. And also, we have a lot of interesting stories. Let's just dive right into this one, which is kind of crazy, but interesting and cool at the same time. So as dawn broke in Munich on Monday, an illuminated grand piano was lifted into the air along with Swiss pianist Elaine Roche. There, the musician performed a piece entitled Winter Solstice as part of his piano vertical art project.
What? So the temperature in Munich on Monday morning was around 42 degrees. So all the spectators gathered outside to watch Roche's performance were bundled up with many layers of clothing, and the pianist, however, was wearing fingerless gloves, exposing his fingertips to the cold morning air as they were jumping between the keys. The musician said he had the idea of gathering sounds of nature and hear the movement of nature and how the very slow change.
Why would you want to do this? It doesn't seem really safe, but okay, it's certainly cool to look at. This seems unreal, to be honest. So these natural sounds produced by the activity of animals and plants were collected from various locations in Bavaria, actually, in water under the earth, on and in plants using a device specially developed for the project. And then they were played live for the audience while Roche performed his piece in the air. Roche plans to perform every morning before sunrise for 182 days from solstice to solstice.
What?
Every morning? Okay. It's really
cold.
I was just going to say, it's really cold right now.
Yes. So from what I saw from this story, he's planning to play from solstice to solstice, and then he's going to create a new music piece for the summer. So now this is the winter play.
Sure.
But then he's going to have the
something
summer.
different. Interesting. I wonder what made him come up with this idea. And hopefully he's doing it every day. I hope that a lot of people do show up every day. You know? I don't want him to be hanging vertically for nothing, right? And there's like no crowd.
182 days.
Yeah, no. People go support him. Just bundle up when you need to.
Yeah, that's right. Well, speaking of music, now we're off the tangent, but it's still music. So attorneys for Taylor Swift are threatening to sue a Florida college student who tracks flights of private jets. So on Tuesday, Jack Sweeney confirmed that he received a cease and desist letter from Swift's attorneys.
So Sweeney claims he's merely compiling public information using publicly available flight data from the Federal Aviation Administration. He often includes estimates of carbon emissions from each flight on his social media accounts. So recent headlines have scrutinized the singer's carbon footprint. Sweeney said Swift's fans are interested in her travels, and the singer should expect her jet will be tracked. Sweeney is the same person who famously just drew anger from Elon Musk for tracking his jet travels. Yeah, he didn't like that. He also runs accounts that track the private jets of Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, and other celebrities and public figures.
Okay. I need to take a deep breath because I don't want to rant. You have a college degree, so I think you should use it wisely, but leave people alone. Let them.
Sure.
This is a safety concern. This is not okay for you to do. Leave her alone.
I would understand why Taylor Swift could be mad at this.
Yeah.
Certainly Elon Musk was not very happy with that. But it did say he's compiling public information. So it's not like he's doing anything illegal to get the information. It is out there. He might have to. Allegedly, right? Yeah. So it makes me think, if that is true, if the information's out there, maybe they need to do something more about trying to hide certain information just for that reason when it comes to like public figures out there. And Taylor Swift, sure, they're going to be tracking her. We joked about this is going to be like the Santa tracker, right? When she's performing one night, where is she going to be the night before Super Bowl? In Tokyo, and then she's going to try to make it to the Super Bowl. So
it's a long flight. It's 12 hours plus 14 hours. So for someone to be tracking her this long, I think I would feel so unsafe and insecure. I don't know.
Your information's out there.
Yeah, real quick, fans in Tokyo are already lining up for the concert on Saturday. Can you believe that? That's insane.
And what are they doing?
There was waiting.
Just hanging out, sleeping?
Yeah, there was a girl that quit her job to get in line to watch the concert.
No.
Maybe another topic for that.
She made enough money and said, okay, I have enough money to take this trip, and that's it.
I want to see
What are you going to do after? Yeah. I mean, Taylor's cool and everything, but girl, don't quit your job. Okay, well, speaking of Taylor, Super Bowl and all of that, okay, Super Bowl Sunday famously brings people together, and for a lot of different reasons. For many self-described football fans, their favorite part is watching the game itself. Among non-fans, more say their favorite part is watching the commercials, along with partying with friends and seeing the halftime show. Yeah,
Americans are split over to who they want to win the big game this year. In the West, of course, they tend to be rooting for the 49ers. In the Midwest, of course, more for the Chiefs. For just half of the country, it doesn't matter who wins. That probably was my case. And this group is more interested in the parties and commercials. This is my case than the game itself. Which team wins matters more to football fans.
Okay, and for some, a little betting is a part of the fun. About 1 in 5 U.S. adults say they're at least somewhat likely to wager some money on this year's Super Bowl. Football fans are more than 4 times as likely as non-fans to say they'll do so. After the game, the parties, the ads, some might want a day off. About a third of football fans, especially younger fans, would like the day after the Super Bowl to be a federal holiday. We talk about this every year.
Yes.
I think it's funny. I mean, I know, okay, here in the U.S., we love football. I get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, come on now.
Yeah, and same for
a
Halloween.
Federal holiday.
People want to do Halloween, like a day off after Halloween. No. You can go to work, okay?
You can.
Don't party too hard. Yeah.
My thing is, don't call out either. Like, plan ahead. If you really want the day off, save your PTO and just request it, okay? And just do it way in advance so you do get it off and not everyone's trying to do the same thing, right? But I'm kind of with you. I'm really looking forward to the halftime show.
Me too.
And that's going to be Usher. But my family, always, since I was younger, have been 49er fans. I mean, when I was little, I had this like pullover hoodie given by my uncle, 49ers, and then it was passed down to my brother. I think my mom's still holding on to it. Maybe some grandkids down.
Someone is going to be tired on Monday.
Down the road. But yeah, my family, huge 40. For Christmas, I got some jerseys from my dad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you're going to be wearing those shows, maybe, possibly?
I think so.
All
okay,
right.
so we're all rooting for the 49ers, right? Cliff is at home saying no. All right, still ahead, we're going to give you some tips on how you can take care of your furry friends' dental hygiene. That's next here on Mix at 3. February is National Pet Dental Health Month. According to the American Veterinary Dental Society, more than 80% of dogs and 70% of cats show signs of oral disease by the time they're 3 years old. Dental problems are one of the most common health issues seen by veterinarians, but there are many ways pet parents can help prevent dental disease.
Yeah, that's right. We've got a vet joining us, Dr. Angie Cross, along with a few furry friends to talk about how we can take care of our pets' dental health. Hi, Dr. Cross.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for joining us. So how does dental disease affect dogs and cats?
Well, dental disease is more than stinky breath and ugly tartar. Dental disease can cause severe pain, and unfortunately, our dog and cat friends will never show us the symptoms. They continue to eat and drink and play with toys and live life with pain that would have us calling our dentist after hours. So I'm here to help you advocate for your pet's dental health.
Okay,
Awesome.
and we're excited. I do
Yeah.
brush my dog's teeth, and he likes it because the toothpaste is peanut butter, but I think I might need to do more of that. Dr. Krause, why is dental health just so important overall when it comes to the health of a pet?
Well, dental health is important to your entire pet's body because dental disease under the gum line has inflammation and bacteria that can seed into your pet's bloodstream, making its way to the heart and the lungs, liver, and kidneys. And those are all really important organs. So when you invest in your pet's dental health, you are investing in their overall health.
Yeah, that's for sure. What are some effective ways that pet parents can easily take care of their pet's teeth at home?
I would love everyone to be brushing their pet's teeth every day, just like you. But I know that that is not always accessible for some people, and some pets just don't like it. So if you could, at least once a week, look in your pet's mouth and look for any signs of dental disease, such as gingivitis, so redness along the gum lines, tartar, anything abnormal. And then you can pair it with a dental treat like these Dental Delights by Stella and Chewy's. And what's great about these is they have ridges and nubs that will help remove tartar, and it has parsley and peppermint to help freshen your dog's breath.
Well, that's pretty cool.
I know, and that
Yeah.
sounds good, right, too, for your pet. Dr. Krause, when it comes to choosing food for your pet, what are some things to keep in mind so that we can, try to keep our pet's teeth as healthy as possible?
Yes, I love the least processed food you can feed. So if you can feed a raw diet, that is my absolute favorite. That's why I have partnered with Stella and Chewy's. They make some of the best raw diets on the market, and they have a wide range of textures. They have frozen and freeze-dried and a lot of different meat proteins, and they have some of the best taste, according to my patients, on the market.
Very cool. Do you recommend any fun and engaging solutions to encourage pet dental health?
Yes, I love these Dental Delights because dogs are having a good time. They're tasting the real chicken inside. They're having mental enrichment. They're playing with a toy. And all the while, they are actually helping remove tartar and taking care of their dental health.
Good reminders right there. I think anything that a pet can chew is always great.
Yeah, and I didn't know we should do that every day for pets.
Yes, that's right.
Every day.
Dr. Krause, where can people go for more information on this topic?
To find these Dental Delights, you can go to stellandchewy's.com/dental delights. You can find them at online retailers or your local neighborhood pet food stores.
Perfect. Dr. Angie Cross, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I really enjoyed this interview. As a dog owner, I will say if you're going to brush your pet's teeth, start as early as possible. I started when Remy was a puppy, so he's used to me touching his teeth in his mouth because some dogs don't like it later on. I even had this thing with him where I'm like, show me your teethies, and he goes like, and then I'll just hit his teeth just to make sure he's comfortable with me brushing. So just a friendly reminder there.
Good tip, good tip.
Coming up, we're going to talk about visits to emergency rooms and how you can avoid them. That's next here on Mix at 3. Across the country, hospital emergency rooms are seeing record numbers of patient visits. The hospitals are very busy throughout the year. Some of them, wait times are up and space is limited.
Yeah, that's right. Dr. Jack Ballard talked to Cliff and I about the most common visits to the ER and how you can avoid them. Take a look.
All right, for once we are not back in the gym. We are here in the ER.
But we're okay.
Yes.
We're fine.
We're here for natural.
I got him. I got him.
No, we're here with Dr. J in the ER to talk about what are some of the top reasons that people will come to the ER.
Yeah, well, I'm really glad you asked, Cliff, because strangely, it actually ties in heavily to the other segments we do, talking about eating right, fitness, not moving your body. Because what we really see the most, even though we are a level 1 trauma center, see all the stuff you think of with the ER, the exciting, the gunshot, the stabbing, what we see by far are complications of chronic disease bringing people in. Chronic disease that honestly could have been prevented decades ago, with some subtle life modifications, which is why we harp so heavy on the gym and the nutrition.
Okay, chronic disease. Break it down for us.
Yeah, no problem. So what I mean by that is we very often see complications of diabetes, complications of heart failure, complications of COPD exacerbations. These are the things that are getting the people into us the most often. It's those disease processes that started a long time ago and are just kind of progressing year by year by year.
And you mentioned prevention.
Mm-hmm.
And again, a lot of that has to do with your personal health.
And what we
It really
do in the
does.
gym.
What we do in the gym and the kitchen.
So let's talk about, for instance, what we're doing in the kitchen before we
Yeah.
hit the gym. What are some things that you need to harp on in the kitchen so you don't end up here?
Yeah, well, metabolic disease, manifests in different ways. It comes out as diabetes, as heart attacks or heart failure, as obesity, but all of them are really kind of linked together. So it's that stuff in the kitchen. It's really, if you had to narrow it down to one thing in America, if you got rid of the highly processed carbs, that's probably what's hurting people the most. And I'm for all things in moderation, but I just mean big excess of it. We'll definitely see commonly people rolling in with heart failure or diabetes with the 44-ounce soda from the gas station. That shouldn't come in those quantities. It's just not good for you.
We're talking cheat days, not cheat months.
Correct, yeah. And you can get away with it like Christmas, go ham, you can live a normal life. It's just what you're doing day to day to day that winds up causing problems.
Okay. All right. So now let's move to the gym here. Out of the kitchen into the gym.
Yeah.
What's going to keep you out of here?
Well, yeah, kind of same things when we're talking about the gym. Exercise does huge things for this whole gamut of fitness. And honestly, when they study it, it's more effective than the medications we have across the board on most things. And I'm talking even stuff you wouldn't think about, like depression and anxiety. Going for a walk is highly effective without a regular exercise program. Diabetes, obviously, there's the running and just kind of weight loss. But when you lift weights and you build muscle, you actually use excess sugar a lot more efficiently. So you're gonna decrease diabetes there. Any of the cardiovascular stuff is gonna be helping, prevent heart disease, any sort of aerobics. And it doesn't have to be hardcore. You don't have to be on the track doing sprints. I'm just talking regular, consistent walks, but it's the things you're doing day in and day out. You go for a 2-mile walk every 3 months, not as good, much better to do a 10-minute walk a day, honestly.
Okay, so you talked about the chronic diseases, and let's talk about weather. Would the weather play a factor if it's too cold or too hot, for example, for the ER cases that you see here?
Yeah, absolutely. So Georgia gets kind of both extremes. So during the summer, we definitely see a lot more people passing out and whatnot, heat diseases. During the winter, people tend to be inside, congested more. So the viral respiratory stuff comes up a lot more frequently, but it actually plays back in. Someone like me gets a cold, I'm not gonna come to the hospital. I'm gonna kind of deal with it and I'm gonna feel bad for a week. But if you've got end-stage COPD or heart failure, the flu can actually be fatal. So that's where that chronic disease, just keeping yourself in a baseline health so you have a reserve when stuff happens, because stuff's always gonna happen. There's no way to avoid that in life.
All right. Any last second things we should think about?
You can change today. I know you missed New Year, but you're close. Change today. It'll still work.
So if some people are watching now, they say, oh, it's too late for me because I already have these chronic diseases. Is it true? Is it too late for them, or they can still work on them?
Yeah, hard no on that. And that's one thing I love about the human body is it's so good about adapting what you ask it. So if me personally, if I started to just ask it to sit on the couch and eat potato chips, I will decompensate very quickly. But the reverse is true also. There are people literally in their 80s and 90s that are just starting weightlifting and they're seeing increased strength, increased vigor, increased energy, even increased bone density. So no matter where you're at in life, you can always start to make progress. Obviously, some people are going to have some setbacks, some injuries, but there's some stuff people might not think about, like joining up with the YMCA and doing a water aerobics class. Almost zero impact on the joint. You get that social aspect. There's always something you can do to improve.
Never too late.
All right. Yeah. Last question.
Yeah.
Is Nat going to make it?
Odds are higher. Odds are higher.
Good. You heard it here. All right. Appreciate it, Dr. Tim.
Hey, no problem, y'all. Good talking.
All right, I'm fine. And we're not done yet. After the break, we are going to show you things that happen to us, anchors and reporters, while we are on air. That's next here on Mix at 3.
A literal slap in the face. An Australian reporter is getting her 15 minutes of international fame for a caught-on-camera moment that involved her slapping herself to shoo away some pesky mosquitoes.
Oh no, Jeannie Mose has the slap-happy reaction.
Bugs often use us as landing strips and even go down the hatch. But when the co-hosts at the Today Show Australia started playing amplified buzzing noises, they were setting the stage for this. Reporter Andrea Crothers didn't just swat mosquitoes, she slapped herself.
The mosquitoes were the biggest monsters I've ever seen in my life. I'd already whacked about 5 on my forehead before we went live that I had to wipe the blood off it because the studio said we can see it.
The gang in the studio.
But I'd like to see that whole thing slowed down, reversed, backed up again.
We couldn't get enough of Andrea slapping herself. Who ended up hurting more, you or the mosquito?
Well, he died, I didn't, so I think probably him.
Reporters have faced much bigger distractions.
And provide a home.
But having your nose groped by an elephant is less jarring than slapping yourself silly. On her next outing, Andrea came prepared.
Don't worry, guys. HR told me I can wear it on air as long as I don't get workers' compensation for punching myself in the face.
Andrea managed to both create buzz and be a buzzkill. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
Oh my God.
No, it's hard being a reporter. It's so hard being a reporter.
Yeah. Okay. Things that we do on live TV. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, Investigate TV comes next, and then First at 4 with the latest news from our area. Thanks for joining us.